Hi. I'm going to make this video, but first, a disclaimer. If you're like a really anxiety-ridden person, you might want to push that pause button right in that vicinity and just stop watching this video, because I'm going to rant and rave about shit in a dismal way. So, you're forewarned. Okay, so I was talking to my girlfriend tonight, and she works for a family law attorney, right? So divorces. So she's surrounded by dysfunction, 40 hours a week, as she sees these people that are just willfully fucking their children up and completely unable to take responsibility for their own actions and completely unable to take ownership of their problems and work on bettering themselves. And so to compensate for that void of self-worth, they just litigate the shit out of one another in an attempt to get a one-up on the other one via the court system, usually at the expense of us, the taxpayer. And then, during this whole process, their children just fall by the wayside. They become secondary or third-class issues in these people's lives. And then these kids grow up and have kids in the cycle. So she's talking about this because it gets to her. And I'm listening. And I started to have, once a week, and thank goodness it's only about once a week, but about once a week, I'm all of a sudden just hit with this realization that we are fucked. Like totally fucked. Like, not just that narrow example, although that is a huge part of it, but just globally. Like, we are fucked. Fucked beyond what I think can be remedied. And I know right off the bat, a lot of people say that's an extraordinarily negative way to look at it. Why are you being so negative? I'm sorry. I just don't see how it can be fixed. It's gone so fucking far that, I just don't see how we can unfuck this situation. You start right at the top, right, with the environment, with our Earth, with our planet, right? We've got this climate shift going on. It's getting hotter, and the ramifications like this are extraordinarily easy to understand. Crops are going to die. The economy is going to collapse. Coastal cities are going to go underwater. I mean, just huge, catastrophic ramifications to this in the long run, right? And all of the signs are pointing to us as the cause, that this is not a natural occurrence, that we are causing this problem. And yet you've got this huge segment of the global population that is so fucking hard-headed and so unwilling to admit that maybe they're a problem and that maybe they need to sacrifice, some little convenience or some little thing that they've come to be used to, like tooling around in a fucking 4-ton Yukon Denali, right? Burning 3.5 gallons of gas to drive 1/4 of a mile to the fucking local strip mall to pick up their dry cleaning, right? They're unwilling to sacrifice even one little bit, and so they do nothing. They stall the whole fucking process. There's still a debate going on. There's still an active debate in our government going on about whether or not this is actually happening. And meanwhile it is. And meanwhile it continues to happen and nothing's getting done. And, we forestall the issue a little bit by making these meaningless resolutions and these, hey, we're going to cut our emissions by 3.5% over the next 20 years. Meaningless fucking bullshit disguised as progress. And we're fucked. We're fucked. On the most basic, on the most all-inclusive global level, we are fucked. And then you dig a little bit deeper and you see how truly fucked we are. You look at our society, and I'll speak about American society specifically. Our society, we've got the baby boomers, right? They're these people that are the products of the 50s and 60s, this straight-laced bullshit facade, this perceived idea of familial perfection, where the undercurrent was, abuse and racism, and just so they come from this really straight-laced, really regimented existence, right? And what did the baby boomers do? Well, they went in exactly the other direction. They became the most self-centered fucking generation of all time. I mean, everything. They're so entitled They have such a sense of fucking entitlement and such a sense of, you know, that they are the center of everything in their life, that they're completely incapable of taking care of their children. They're perfectly capable of having them. Like, the whole penis-vagina thing is still working fine. And the whole sperm and fertilization thing is still going great. But the whole raising of children thing has just kind of fallen by the wayside. It's now like the fourth thing that you worry about as far as importance goes, you know? And so you've got these fucking kids that have just grown up and completely unprepared for life, completely unloved and unwanted, completely without a sense of purpose or self-worth, and now they're starting to have kids. And these are the generations that we're passing the torch to, right? These are the generations that are going to lead this country. We're fucked. We're fucked. And then you look at the shit that's going on in the rest of the world, like, you know, you look at Africa tearing itself apart, you look at the Middle East becoming a hornet's nest of fucking terrorism and religious fundamentalism running rampant in that part of the world, to the point where, you know, people are blowing each other up over some perceived dogmatic difference in the same fucking religion. It's not even different religions anymore, although that is still going on. But in that particular case, it's not even different religions. Now it's like Baptists and Protestants blowing one another up because one of them feels that you need to dunk your head underneath the water, and one of them is much more lenient. So, you know, they're going to start parking car bombs outside of the local 7-Eleven and, you know, blowing up soccer moms on their way to get a Slurpee. Can you imagine how fucked it is over there? And then oh, we're fucked. Am I the only person that has this issue? Thank goodness it's only like once a week that I have a bout with this, that I really struggle with it. Because most of the time I'm able to look at small, petty problems in my own life, things that I can really have an effect on, like, ooh, you know, I need to lose some weight, or ooh, I should really quit smoking, or ooh, I hate my fucking job. I should probably, you know, work towards getting something better. Things that I can actually have an effect on, and I really am able to snow myself 90% of the time into thinking that those are really the only problems I've got going. But just every once in a while, we are fucked. So anyway, yeah, sorry for the extraordinarily negative tone of this video. But I'm wondering if anybody else struggles with this, just overwhelmed. I just feel overwhelmed by it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great night. We're fucked.